Hello viewers, welcome to my channel on Cat Africa Live. I'm your guy De-Graft Amoako. Most African countries has been lagging behind when it comes to infrastructure development. For centuries, we have been questioning our leaders of why with all our natural and human resources, we still can't find our way back on our feet after the colonial independence. There are many questions going through every African mind, and we can't seem to have answers to these questions. Somewhere in 2014, Rwanda President Paul Kagame couldn't wrap his head around the same question every African have in mind. Speaking at the African Development Bank's annual meeting, General Paul Kagame blasted African leaders for failing Africa. Kagame was particularly upset by the fact that African leaders rushed to Europe to seek solutions to African problems. Let's watch this video. I'll be back.
But of course, when it comes to Africa, I'm sure many people in this audience will have made the same observations. I think we must take responsibility and accept our failures in dealing with these matters.
Yes.
For example, relating to what President Obasanjo has just said, on the case of Boko Haram, or you can use that for many other cases. For me, when I'm watching on television, and I find our leaders who should have been working together all along to address these problems that commonly affect their countries, wait until they are invited to go to Europe to sit there and just it's like they are made to sit down and address their problems. Why does anybody wait for that? What image does it even give about us, about Africa?
Yes.
In fact, the image it gives is that we are not there to even address these problems. We are there for a photo opportunity. We are happy to sit there in Paris with the President of France and address and just talk about addressing problems.
Facts.
It doesn't make sense that our leaders cannot get themselves together to address problems affecting our people. It doesn't make sense. Of course, I'm saying this painfully. On the other hand, that I look forward for the time when I can be like the two former presidents. I think they are more free to say things than I do. Being where they are and me being where I am. So I tend to remain with some reservations about what I have to say because but I think there is that serious problem. African leaders, we don't need to be invited anywhere to go and address our problems without first inviting ourselves to come together to tell each other the actual truth that we must tell each other about our serious problems.
Exactly.
So, I mean, again, look at the problem of South Sudan, indeed. The first problem was about this country and the people there wanting to be independent. They got independence. Now that turned into a problem. How? So you have one war being fought, waged to be independent, then you have to fight another when you have achieved independence. Just fighting among themselves. Why? So some of these underlying root causes should and could have been addressed by the leaders there. Whatever happened, whoever was wrong, that's not the issue. it is still the responsibility of leaders. If they can't resolve the matters themselves, why not? Why not call upon neighbors to say, come and help? We have a problem here. Maybe there is a problem between the president and the vice president. And if they can't resolve it, and each one thinks he's the one who is right and the other is wrong, and they are going to divide the army and the government and everybody else to go on either side and start fighting. But I think in between the time that starts and when it actually happens, something can be done. But it has to be leaders to work towards that and avoid the catastrophe that, like we are seeing or have seen, or that has already happened in South Sudan. But of course, the unfortunate part is that the most majority who suffer are the innocent people who have nothing to do with it. Women, children, and even many men are innocent in that situation. So this is, I'm not giving answers, probably I'm raising more questions than, or adding to others that have been raised. So for the time being, let me stop here. Thank you.
Thank you.
There are a lot of questions that needs answers from our leaders. Is there some sort of unforeseen hands that control governance in Africa? Most African leaders come to power and amass wealth and properties and make their family and friends rich and just bolt out. Are our leaders being warned not to develop their countries or will be terminated by their puppet masters? Or is it that Africans are naturally greedy and selfish in nature? We can't continue this way of governing by always depending on Western countries for our survival. Why should a continent with a huge virgin land and resources should be crying for help? Please, you can share your opinion in the comment box and tell us what you think of African leaders always running to Western countries for help. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification button so that anytime you upload any great content, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.